Hi everyone, Duke Danger here, and we've got a double reviewer this week to make up for the fact that I didn't review last Thursday. Sorry about that, I was in hospital, so c'est la vie. I remember saying that I wasn't going to talk about the story in GTA 5, but at the time I didn't have a lot to say about it, mostly because I liked it too much and I didn't want to pick holes in it. But I've had a bit of time to think, and I have come to terms with the errors in the game. The biggest one, I think, is the fact that they built up this game to be heavily based around heists, and you do 3 in the game, 3 that matter anyway. And you can't do any more. I mean, I was hoping for a lot of heists. I was a bit skeptical at first, but after the first one, which was absolutely fucking brilliant, complete with a chase scene through the San Andreas River, whatever the fuck they call it in the game, and it was fantastic. It was beautiful. It was really well done, and I enjoyed doing it. But no, that's got to be my biggest problem with it. My second biggest problem with it is the completely random character moments. For example, there's a mission where you torture a guy, and without wishing to give too much away, you really fuck this guy up. I mean, there's waterboarding, there's teeth pulling, there's electrocution, and you also hit him in the balls with a wrench. And it's completely irrelevant. I mean, it was the only moment in gaming history where I've actually felt uncomfortable playing a game. It was that brutal, and it seemed pointless to me. I mean, I've got no qualms with gore in video games or violence, don't get me wrong, but this was just over the top for the sake of being over the top. It's like the Houser brothers sat down and thought, you know what, we need to write something that's going to make people feel uncomfortable, so how about we have a torture scene? Oh, how could we work that out? Oh, we'll just say it's about Trevor being a maniac. It's not. It holds nothing to do with that. It's pointless. I mean, you torture this guy and then you can let him go. So not only is it a pointless bit of character interaction, but it's also pointless backpedaling within the same mission. I mean, minutes apart. It was a very bizarre choice. The 3 character thing works quite well with the story. However, because of that, I feel that you don't really get to love any of the characters like certain people did with CJ, Tommy Vercetti, of games past. And it's a shame, because I think that the characters could have been really awesome. I can understand why they wouldn't want to build a whole game around any of them, because they're all so fucking unlikable. You've got Franklin, the boring guy who stepped out of a 50 Cent video. You've got Michael, the boring guy who stepped out of a Martin Scorsese movie. And you've got Trevor, the exciting guy, but is so chaotically psychotic that it's difficult to come to terms with his character, and by difficult I mean impossible. None of these characters are relatable. One of them's a very rich guy that sold out his best friend so that he could quit because he had a wife and kids. One, Franklin, is just a guy who wants to get rich or die trying. See what I did there? And Trevor is just a psycho, and that's his thing. He's a psycho. So there's not really a lot of depth to any of them. And I don't remember any pivotal character points. There's no arc at all. There's a few interesting moments when Trevor finally tracks down Michael, the Scorsese guy, after years and years of not seeing him, after Michael sold him out to the police so he could get away and go live in Los Santos. But that's it. That's all the interest you'll get in the characters, just that bit of interaction there. The rest is pretty much everything you've seen before from a GTA game. I understand there were a lot of people kicking off that this game didn't get 10 out of 10. I'm inclined to agree with that. I don't think any game should get 10 out of 10, really, just as a rule. But this one specifically, it doesn't add anything new. It's Red Dead Redemption with cars and a character wheel. That's it. The weapon selection is exactly the same. The random little missions represented by a Red Dead Redemption blue dot on the radar, that's exactly the same. The online mode is pretty much the same as Red Dead Redemption. It's a good game. It is a good game, and I'm not going to tell anyone that I didn't enjoy playing it, because that would be a lie. I did enjoy playing it, and I every now and then I like to go on there, drive around, just murder a few people. because you don't really have fun with that up until the end of the game anyway, or at least I didn't for whatever reason. I'm probably just going a bit mental. But no, it's nothing new, is what I'm trying to say here. The customization's back, but not as large as it was made out to be a year ago. But it's there, so that makes it better than GTA 4 straight away. They've improved the driving mechanics. Flying a helicopter's unnaturally difficult, I found in this game. Maybe it's just me, but I had more difficulty flying a helicopter than I did a jumbo jet. But yeah, I don't know why they changed that. But oh well, the city's interesting. There's plenty of things to do. I mean, you can just rob random stores, which is good. I missed that from all the other ones. You can buy masks. I'm not sure what the point in that is. There's a lot of the classic Rockstar jokes, like the jet ski called the speedophile. It's all very much a Grand Theft Auto game, but unfortunately, there's not a whole lot beyond that. There's a really quite interesting place that happens in Canada. I can't remember what the town or city's called, but I was hoping you get a bit more of that to explore. The map is very big, but it's very empty. There's a lot of places where there's just nothing at all, and they get away with that by including the Gran Senora Desert. And they have a TV advert about that saying there's nothing there, but that's no excuse just to include loads of nothing. There was some great physics in the desert, don't get me wrong. I mean, the tyre tracks that your car leaves in real time, that was all very impressive, but I'd like to do something up there. Sure, you can ride a bike down Mount Chiliad if you want to, or parachute off the top, but there's not really much point, and you don't really gain a whole lot from it, apart from just being able to say that you've done it. But, no, I mean, I love the game, I do, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore the game, I think it's brilliant, but I don't like the characters. Trevor's hilarious, but completely unlikable. But no, the characters were good, the story was okay, what little story there was, to be honest, but because that doesn't extend beyond get money. The gameplay itself is fantastic, but it's nothing new. There's absolutely nothing there that I thought, holy shit, this is like the best thing I've ever played. No, there's nothing in there like that. So, it's worth getting, definitely worth getting, but don't, well, you probably give it 10 out of 10 if you're like most of the people I've seen online. But just bear in mind that it is the same as what we've seen before, just with better physics and better graphics. Slightly better graphics. They're not massively better than Red Dead, but they are better. That was the one thing I disagreed with on the reviews. The graphics are pretty damn good, actually. I've seen better, but I've definitely seen worse. But no, that's it, really. That's all I've got to say about that one. So yeah, I hope that came across as accurate to you. It's still quite difficult to talk about the things I hate, because there aren't a whole lot of things I hate in the game, but there are a few things I don't like. And I'm hoping I've covered those accurately. I mean, everyone knows my feelings on the online, or at least everyone who watches these videos. But yeah, that's it, really. Sorry I didn't upload last week again. I'm sure I mentioned in my Wind Waker HD review that I'll be doing this weekly, so yeah, hopefully I can keep that up. Hopefully I won't have to go to hospital. But regardless, I'm hoping you all enjoyed this video. Apart from those of you that just want to kick off, in which case fuck yourselves, don't bother leaving a comment, blah 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 blah. Typical shit. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. Duke Danger, out.